well, a circle in the circle now will have whatever. Honestly, just come close. That's nothing to worry about. You can call me Charlie, you can call me Char, whatever is easiest. Okay? But I am from New Zealand and I've lived in Hawaii now for over 20 years. I'd like to say a little bit about myself so you know where we're coming at and my people. Because we're going to begin today, and there are many levels of people who dance Māori culture, we're going to start for the first half hour at least on the real basics. And I'm going to start from feet up, okay? First of all, in Māori dancing, traditionally, there is a basic foot movement, a basic hand movement. You've seen it. It's the lifting of one foot to the other and a shaking or woody of the head. And that's about it. Today, however, there are many styles used by different groups, and you have seen them and I have seen them, you have liked them and you have disliked them just like I have. And so it's a personal thing then, what you do in different groups. Right now in New Zealand, the Maori dancing and singing per se is on a high. In many competitions now, and some of you may even be interested if you go down and watch and festivals to participate in. But basically, they would do things like what we call the waiata, which is simply like a chant. And then they do the action song, and those are either combination for men and women together, and then they do the poi, and it's the short and the long. And in both of in the poi, you have single and double on both. Single short, single long, double long. The most prominent one that we often do is the double long, and we will be touching on that today, but because that is the easiest to learn. And I've had many requests to start teaching the single poi today. I will promise you that we will have a taste of it. But I'll tell you this, it takes at least 3 months to get you to do basics. Okay? And we'll show you as we go on. So I won't let you down. We'll touch on that so you'll have something to work for. And the reason being is that Indiana, last year we did basically what I'm doing now. I started them on the basics, so hopefully when we get back there next week they can at least catch it and hit it. So we'll be that far ahead. But there are many of you who have danced before, have held on to the things, and there are many of you who have never held on to them till this morning. Okay, so we'll start all together and we'll bring you all up together. All right, first of all, when we open such things like we did last night, there's a traditional way of beginning a program, and it's usually done by a call or a karama. And haere mai is the word of welcome, and that's why you hear call or the song haere mai always at the beginning. So if you're in a group that you're doing it at the end, you may want to slightly change it, because haere mai means welcome, unless you welcome them into the next group that's coming on, we want to say. All right? But basically, if you have a song that's a haere mai song, then normally it would be at the beginning. The other songs come after, and then it's the end like that. All right. What we're going to do right now is simply clear everything away, and then I'd just like to have you stand up, face me, and into your life, just like you were yesterday. Horizontally. We should have so many rows. Look up, even though we do have a workout routine. Okay? We'll watch. Are we ready? Okay, hands on our hips. We're going to go down 4, up 4. From feet slightly apart, shoulder width apart.
Hello, Colby. This is the White House. Ron Frank speaking. Fine, it's not 14. Yes, are you ready?
so devious. Okay, there are some of you in the back who are stretching your legs to see me. Would you like to come and come over on the last 2 rows over here? Yes, yeah, move up there. All right. First of all, just for us for basic foot movement, I'd like for you to raise your right foot about ankle height of your left. Bring it to the left and dip it down. When you dip it down, you're going to bend the left foot. Traditionally, we don't dance like this. You see that? But it's so easy to do because when you have a rhythm and you're used to dancing with your kolegai, it's so easy to do. We do have a hip movement that we call a kope, and often it's done by the quote unquote the older women when we have like the party song. And in all Polynesia we have some real good songs, but they get translated different as you get older. And that's what the kope is used for the naughty one. Okay? The movement then is down, up. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now if you do it long enough, and generally speaking throughout all your dance, as you go, the left foot will start to and hurt. That means you're doing it right. Okay? If it doesn't hurt, that means you're cheating. All right, that's the basic foot movement. Let's try it again. And right foot, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now be careful, you don't just tap, tap, so that the whole foot comes flat on the ground. Comes flat on the ground. So you step down, up, 2, 3, 4. That's right. And it's just facing back down where you took it from. So you're not going out, up like this. Okay? The only motion when you do things like that is when you have a motion to step, and then you push down. Okay? And those are usually in the haka. Now haka simply means down. You have, and a lot of times we think of haka as just being for the men. But haka is the word for down in Maori. So when we do most like a welcome or what we call a pohiri, the chant is usually done with that motion where you swing out and up. You bend down and up. 2. And you lift your feet and then you bring it behind. That's the action. Alright? But basically for any dance routine, including when you dance the poi, it's up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, yeah, don't be afraid to bend the left foot. Okay, bend the left foot. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now let's come with our hands. The general posture for the hands is simply in a cup formation, fingers staying together, and we shake them. This is called a wiri. Wiri. Everybody say wiri. Wiri. All right, wiri. W-I-R-I. Wiri. We sort of roll our arms. Okay? Not like the word aloha. We have the same word, but instead of having an L, we have an R, and we say aroha. Sounds the same, pronounced very similar. It's just look that R, roll the R, aroha, wiri. Okay, so it's wiri. Whenever the hand is in this formation, the palms must stay together. That's one of my biggest keys, is to see groups going like this. This is a no, absolutely. Okay? I really don't care who taught you, but it's a no. This is a rude side to face the palms of your hands to your audience. It's basically a no. You will see groups do this because they probably don't know when you do that. But you have the old people watch you dance like this, it's like, and they'll probably say, but this to us is a disrespect. We have the palms facing forward. Okay, so what we do then is we have them facing basically to us or to each other. Okay? So if we were to do an action, and normally speaking, we don't really have actions that go higher than your head. And so your arm is basically at a square all the time, and out. Alright? And for some of you who are just beginning, whatever you do, whether it be this culture or even any other as far as Polynesian, don't be afraid to put your arms up and put your hands out. There's nothing worse than seeing someone dance and they're like this. But it's a lot nicer when it's up, it's full. Okay? So don't be afraid if I come and say, up your hand, put it up, hold it up. And use your own body as your guide. Your bust line, the center position, use that as your marker and you won't go wrong. You won't have any problems. Let's try a little hand motion then. If both hands are above us, and we're going to push them from side to side, side to side, side, shake them up, Grandma, side to side. That's it. All right. Now, whatever we do, don't go like this. Okay? If they don't shake, then work on it. All right? If you really can't get it to shake, then don't feel too bad, but it'll come. It's something that just won't happen for some people. So we're going to wiggle from the top and our feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, if our hand is up here, traditionally again, our eyes will follow the right hand. So if we're from here, we go out, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And that's the reason. All right. Now let's do 8 of these. 8 out in front and 8 in here. So we go from here to here, straight out, and front. Okay, now when you're front, it's not piano playing. It's side. Okay, and across. All right, let's try it. Ready? Begin. And start here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fewer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. And 1, 2. Lift your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and fewer. And 1, 2, swing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hop it. Okay? Hop is usually the command to get ready. And it's hands on your hips. Alright, hop is hands on your hips. And that's another thing. The position for the woman is with the fingers facing back and the thumb on the hips. The men are the ones who have the open palm on their hips. Okay, so basically this is the lady and the man is here. Alright. This time we're going to do the same thing. Now watch now, because the hands, when you have them up here, should be able to just come and clap together. Alright? When they're out here, I want you to lift your feet just like we're going to do a haka stand. That is, you're going to sprint, dip, two, and push, and lift the foot up to about knee high. So here is ankle, ankle, 3, 4, and 1, and 2. That's when you push down. 3, 4, that's that. So iyama itewa, iteurunga tewa. That's it, alright? Okay, let's try it. 8 counts on each, and then down. Ready, hope, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and haka. And 1, 2, sit down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and normal. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hopping. Okay, got the idea? That's a basic, general basic, or the Māori dance, with the feet, hands, and of course your eyes will follow. Alright, and what I'd like to get started, because we only got today to meet together, I'd like for all of you who know how to swing 2 long points to stand near the rear, and those of you at the very, very beginning who don't even know how to hold them, would you change position so that those of you who don't know how to swing, you only need two. It's me. Spread yourselves up. The only people I worry about are those who are standing under the chandeliers. So, Claire, why don't you come right over here, push that little bag, and face me on the side here, okay? Just simply hold them, and some of you already know this. I prefer you to hold the tassel in your hand. And the reason being, if you have a nice tassel, you can feel it if it's going to slip. You've got something to hold on. Oftentimes when they hold like this, and they just slip right out, it automatically has that fall. You hold it in your hand, with your forefinger and the thumb, then we can begin, alright? Now I'll just go through some simple motions, but basically if you're going to start, you simply turn it like you're jumping rope. Alright? So we're going. Simply and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 4, up, down, and up and down, you just simply hold your hands up. Okay? That's the basic. Up, down, just like you're jumping rope. You're going to skip with a skipping rope. That's it, clear. Ready? Up, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Oh wow, good. We should go to the ball game and do it. Alright, let me take you now. We're going to cross our hands like a bear hug. Okay? While that's swinging. We're going to simply cross our hands. On a count of 4, we'll cross our hands. Alright, now just take a break here and tell you, in dancing the poi, the most important thing that other than getting the poi ball to swing around is your rhythm. You maintain the same rhythm all the way through. Okay? So many times people will dance like this and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, 2, 3, 4. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, 2, 3, 4. Like this, see? So we're not going to do that today, are we? Ready and toru, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, 2, 3, hug, 2, 3, 4, cross, 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 2, 3, right on the side. They swing on the side of you when they cross. Cross, 2, 3, cross, I'm waiting for you. 4, cross, 2, 4, cross, 2, 3, 4, cross, 2, 3, and stop. Honey, you got to cross here. Cross. That's right, and they will swing on the side of you. Alright? Okay, try it again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3, 4, cross, and stop. Alright, if you can also remember this, especially with those of you who perform now, you notice that the most crucial place when we're performing any kind of dance is this area right here. Alright? People want to see your face. So whatever you do, don't go like this. Okay? So keep your hands used from waist level and bust level as your area to work in. Alright? So don't cover up your beautiful faces. Ready, toru, 5. 1, 2, 3, cross, 2, 3. Hey, hug, real hug. Roll, 2, 3. Cross and stop. The balls must swing on the side. We're going to move on, okay? We're going to move on and we'll come back later. Okay, take your right hand. The ball must swing in front of you, inward. Okay, I'm mirroring, so you just follow me. Alright, hold your hands out now. Take them away from your side. And we're going to, on the count of 4, we're going to throw it right under our shoulder. Okay? You know where your shoulder is, just take your hand and put it back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, 4, back, other way dear, other way. Back, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, drop over the shoulder, 3, 4, shoulder, 2, 3, knock your head, your shoulder, back, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back to 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back, and stop. All right. Now, for those of you beginners, whatever you do, keep your head up. Doesn't matter if it hits this, then you'll remember next time what to do, okay? Or don't go like this. And then close your eyes, okay? Keep your head up now. The Reservoir is going to do our left hand now. For most of us, this is really not the hand we used to use it. Left, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, back. This row, move forward. The two in the center, move forward, please. That's it. Okay, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4, left, 2, over the shoulders to the center. That's it, here we go. Right hand first, then left. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the right. 2, 3, 4, now left. 2, 3, 4, right. 2, 3, left. 2, 3, 4, right. 2, 3, left. 2, 3, 4, right. 2, 3, left. 2, 3, right. 2, 3, down to 2. Ready, and 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. Go. Where are you going? And at once they both go inwards again. That's it. There we go. All right. Ready? Actually, somebody can come right up here, and a couple of you can come on stage. Why don't you come on stage up here with me, dear? And the lady next to you. The lady next to you. Come up here. Okay? There's a couple of you need to do it. And then, that's right, then some of you others can see. Come right up here. Alright? So it gives them room down there. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, ready, swing. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, shoulder. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, left. Ready? We're going to do this now. Just stand in front, and we're going to alternate. Simply right, left. Hold your hands up in the air and just push them back. They don't have to come back down. Up in the air. Just keep them up there. And all you're doing is just moving your wrist back and forth like this. All right, let's back. Get it going now. 1, 2, 3, alternating. Back and forth. That's it. Back and forth. Talk to them, they'll go. As long as you don't swear at them, then they'll do something. Okay? Talk to the mat, right? Alright, here we go now. That's a real basic one. Oh, here's a real basic one. Take your right hand and your left hand, left hand. This hand over here. And you're going to push it around your waist. Alright, so we're going like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front and back, and front and back. Front, back, front, back. Front, back, front, and stop. The right hand is going to go above the head, and it's coming inwards. It's like you're going to throw a leg too. And the left hand will go around like this. Ready, and so it's front, back, front, back, front, back, front, and guess what? We're going to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. Now on this change will always come, the ball always comes to you, alright? It always comes inward, and the left hand will come inward. Okay, let's try it again. Let's pick it up, your right hand up, and the left hand ready, and front, back, and change. Front, back, and change. Front, back. Sorry, if I'm not meant to laugh at you, I'll laugh with you. But this is your waist down here, and this is your neck. So when we do this, there's a little bit of confusion. Try hit A for the waist. It will really help you aim for your hips. That may help. Ready, right hand and. Ready, and. 1, 2, 3, and change. 1, 2, 3, and change. 1, 2, 3, and change. 1, 2, front and back. Front, back, 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 front. And we're only going to 2 times. 1, 2, change. 1, 2, change. 1, 2, change. 1. That's right. We're getting selected. 1, 2, change. 1, 2. Now, here comes the front part. This is a really pretty number. If you ever use black light, this is a real pretty number because the light starts jumping. The light starts jumping here. The restriction of the light will start jumping. But when you alternate, it actually sort of changes pace. Because one will go one way and the other one will come the other. And you reverse this way. One will come forward and back. Alright? And we're going to do that right now. All it maintains is that you've got to fix where it's coming from. See, if you're going to go around forward, okay, and then you're going to reverse. 1 and 2. The other one's going to opposite. You take it whatever way it's coming off, that's the way you take it. You'll go forward and then you hit and then you go backwards. Okay, so the right hand goes forward, hit, back, back. Forward, forward, up and back. So it goes up, front, reverse, back. Up, front, up, back. Up, front, up, back. So your hand is coming towards you forward. Whoops, sorry, that's towards you forward, wait, reverse, and back. Forward, wait, reverse, back. Forward, front, reverse, back. Done, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have one more hand. We can't go up there and just do this. Okay, but it's doing them together. And you're so intelligent that the other one just goes off with it. Okay? So we're up front. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Before you get tangled up, we'll come back to that one. Okay. Now we're going to hold them and we're going to do what people call, there are all kinds of names that people have made up for these. This one, as I was growing up, we used to basically call threading the needle, and I couldn't see any relevance between threading the needle and pushing your hand back and forth. So simply rest your point ball for a while, put your hand down in front of you, and some of you already do this, that'll be good to help the neighbor next to you. Simply place your right hand will come above the left, and from the elbow, just run it down, all the way down, and push forward. And bring the other one back all at the same time. Just run it down the hand. It's push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. Now remember now, you've got these little things on the end that are swinging up and down. So it's an up and down motion, and it's jumping over. It's push and pull, forward and back, forward and back. It's like punching, okay? If you're going one across the other. Push forward and back at the same time. It's a push and pull motion. All right, then grab hold of them now. You started off, you must be in this position here. Right in front of you. The ball swinging in front. There we go. Bring them together. And then we have right hand above the left. And we push and pull. Push and pull, push and pull. All right? So 1, 2, 3. You try and maintain a little speed in this, because if they go too slow, you'll really crash out. Come forward, and push and pull. All right? Okay. Here we go. Good. That's it. All right. Watch this way now, just for a second. Those of you who are having a hard time, one of the mistakes you do is go down like this. If you're going, pushing down here. It's here. Go forward, forward, push forward. Run the hand down on top of the other hand. Bend your elbows, bend your elbows. Relax when you do the push, ladies, so that you're not like this. You're not like little wooden shoulders going like this. Okay? Bend. Bend the elbow and push it forward. There you go. Bend the elbow, push it forward. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and push. 2, 3, 4. Push and pull. Push and pull. Push and pull. That's right. Bend forward. Bend, touch, bend. There you go. Forward and back. Forward. Ready? Go. That's it. Run it down the hand. Over here, dear. Over here. Push and pull. All right. Push and pull. Out in front of you. Out in front. Forward and back. Hold it out, push it out, and pull it back. All right. Okay, right. Where are we now? Let's take a review. Back and 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross 2, 3, 4. Cross 2, 3. Cross 2, 3, 4. Cross 2, 4. Okay, right now let's move on. I'm just going to some basic routine. I'll tell you now, you probably won't even get everything today. I promise you that. Because it's something that you have to work at a little, okay? And you have to work basically on your own. But the more you practice it, if you at least know you want you to do something with them, then that's better than having them and doing nothing, right? Okay, we're going to have them both swing in the same direction to the left. Okay? To the left, sorry. We swing to the left. Now you know when we put our hands back over our shoulders, we can do the same thing. Okay, but they both go in the same way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, over both. 2, 3, 4. Both. Both. 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3. Over the shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 4. Okay. They both go in the same direction. And your shoulders haven't moved, I'm sure. So your hands go over the shoulders. Okay? Have we got that? Ready? Let's try it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and shoulder. 2, 3. Shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder. 2, 4. Shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder. 2, 3. Lift your hands up. 2, 3. Shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder. 2, 4. Shoulder. 2, 3. Shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder. Shoulder. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder. Okay. That helps you now to get moving into this one here. Okay? It's forward, side. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. Okay? And the side, they both go in the same direction. The side is they're simply moving backwards. Alright? Okay. This is forward, side, Then you reach up, only on one beat, and then you come back down on the side here. Alright, here is the action complete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward, side, together, up, down. Forward, right, center, down. Front, right, center, down. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it now. And I'm going opposite now to what you are. Alright? So you all head on out that way to your left. Doesn't matter which way we go, your left is always on your left. Okay, out here. Here we go, everybody in. Ready? And it's only one swing. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Forward, side, center, and side. Forward, right, center, left. Forward, right, center, left. Forward, right, center, left. Forward, side, center, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Be careful now when you start turning that the body doesn't control the poi ball. You know what I mean by that? So often when we do the poi ball, the poi becomes commanding over us. Because you'll find it mostly when you do the 2 in one hand. You go like this, and all of a sudden it's going around, all of a sudden you okay? And that's what's happening in a little bit, what I see here. You're turning, and you're turning too far that you want to turn around. Okay? But all you do is take your right hand, and then you just put it on at the back. Here, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Go up and bring down. Alright, let me go again. Ready? Swing. Ready? Pass. So it's 1, 2, together, side. Front, side, goes up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this particular action, once you master this action, it'll lead you into doing anything from here so that you can go even back and forth. The same way. Remember how we did both going together inwards? You do exactly the same with them both going the same way. So you can lift up and then you just go one after the other. Alright, let's try it. Oh yes. We have to hurry, we've got lots of things. Ready? We're running through and then we'll come back again or run through like I said. I promise you won't get everything just one time. That means we can come back again next week. Okay, ready and swing. 1, now lift them up, both over your head. Just go forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Both going the same way. Now you alternate your hands and right and left. Okay? Right and left. One after the other. There we go. There we go. Ready? So forward and across. Over. 100 degrees of water. One and forward. That's right. And then you alternate. Okay? Alternate. All right. Relax now. Relax. You won't be that hard on you. The one that is probably for some people the most difficult to learn is what they term the windmill. Now we tell a story, and I will show you the story at the end of our little session before lunch here. The story, because some of you may want to use it as part of an explanation of these things. Okay? By the way, we call it the poi ball. If you didn't know already, that's what it's called, P-O-I. Did you know that the literal translation of the word poi means to twist, to twirl, to beat, or to pound? Doesn't matter what island you come from, everybody has a poi. It's either poi or poi. Okay? Now for us, it was traditionally made from a swamp weed and dried moss, anything soft. It was covered with a flaxen reed and with a flaxen handle, and then we twirled it. The most traditional is, of course, our short poi. We twist, we twirl, we beat, and we pound. Now in Hawaii, you all know what the poi is made from. What do they do with it? They pound it. In Samoa, we have a coconut wood. They husk it, they make a drink. In Tahiti, they can get the papayas and the bananas. They pound them and mix them, and they have something like a dessert. So we all have the word poi. It is a verb. It is not a noun for us. Okay? So we twist, we twirl, and we beat, and we pound. So we can remember that this particular action that we're going to do now is one of the actions that for many of, I guess, the first 2 or 3 rows, you have to practice like the rest. What we're going to do now, this is going to take time, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to hit yourself, but we're going to come up smiling and we're going to move on. Okay? We're going to cross our hands just like we did at the beginning. But this time, we're going to go. Now watch here. We cross over one and straight under the side. Okay, we're going to cross over the left and straight under the left. And bring it out. So it's cross over and under and top and bottom. You must remember whatever one you cross over on top, you go straight under it. Alright, let's try it. Pick it up. Ready, going forward. Ready, cross. Over and under and over and under. Top and the bottom and the 1 and the 2 and the over, straight under. Over, then under. Over and under. Over, straight under. Over, straight under. If I'm looking at you, it's because you've got the first one and straight under. Don't come apart. See, this is our base here. This is the base. But watch. Over, straight under. Top and straight under it. Over and under. Over, straight under. Over, under. Over, under. Over, straight under. Over, under. You're missing one. Missing one. Top, under it. Okay? Alright, there are several of you here who have got it perfectly. There are several of you who think you have it, but you're missing the under beat. You've got this. You're doing this. Can you see what I'm doing? Watch my right hand. Watch my right hand. Over, 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 out, over, out. This is what we want to see, look. Over, straight under. Over and under the left. On top of the left and under the left. Okay, in your own time, ready, hit it, and enough. Keep the poi ball swinging on your side. Bring your hands in front of you, work them in front. Hold them in front, honey, in front, out in front. That's it. Okay, some of you, let's put it into one hand. There are many, many people who have their own preferences how they put it into one hand, but if you're just beginning, may I just admonish you to put them in between your pinky finger, like this. Now, generally speaking, most of us are right-handed. So when we place them together, we'll take the string from the left hand, grab it with the pinky finger of our right hand, and we simply pump up and down. That is the key to keeping them both rotating, is the up and down motion. The minute you start turning, it's because your hand is going side to side. Okay? We swing the poi ball directly in front of us. One hand is usually slightly higher than the other. We bring them as close together as possible, and we take that little one underneath and pump up and down. It is an up and down motion. Up, up as in up, and down as in down. There we go. Okay, up and down, up and down. That's it, that's it. Pump up and down. Alright, I'm going to give you 8 counts. By the time you get to 9, everybody should have it in one hand. Are we ready? Okay, ready, swing. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is your pinky finger here. Okay, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 5, up and down, up and down. Yeah. You have a slight roll, slight turn in it. Okay? Pump it up and down. The basic is to hold your hand like you're going to punch straight out in front of you and it pumps up and down. The longer you do it or the more often that you do it, you'll find that the control comes in the wrist. The control after a while becomes in the wrist and not so much in the arm. Beginners, you can tell, come out here, like this. Okay? And after a while they just stand there like this. It's because it becomes in the wrist. Boy ball, generally speaking, is a wrist movement. Okay, so it's up and down, but pump up and down. Take them apart, put them together, and we pump up and down, up and down. There we go. All right, on the count of 9, I want them all in one hand. By the time I get to 12, we're going to push them over our shoulders. Exactly like you did this way. You can do it with whatever you can do with one hand. You can do when you put one in one hand. You do the same with 2. Okay, we've got 9 counts. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. Back and stop. All right. Okay. I know if you'll say, oh, not that far, go back. Yeah, we'll come back. All right. Everybody now, and then your left hand, put the 2 toy balls into your left hand. One into the pinky finger, and one out here with the forefinger. Okay, with your forefinger extended, you keep one straight, it's going to stay there. You hold them out to the side. You're going to use your forefinger, to flip it over and pump up and down. Okay? Flip it over and pump up and down. Okay? Let's try your left hand. It's your right hand, let's try your left hand. Put it out, flip it across and pump up and down. There you go, There it is. Flip it over and pump up and down. I'm showing you this because basically the ultimate of when you're dancing long is to be able to do 4 poise, keep this one going and start the other one. Okay? And that's probably another little pet peeve of mine. So many times you see them doing all these fancy actions and when they come to 4, they stop and then they stand there and pick them all up and start at the one time. It's a lot like myself. You can start them while one's still going. Okay, but that's the way in which you start. Whether you right hand or left hand. Use your forefinger to throw the ball over, and it doesn't have to go fast. You make your own motion in that, but you don't have to go like this. Is what I'm saying. You don't have to go like that kind of thing. Just make it gentle and flip and pump it. There we go. Pump. That's right. You can feel the momentum as you flip it around, okay? All right, now, let's go back. Reverse now, reverse. We're going to put them into one hand, and I'm going to show you one of the nicer endings that I prefer. This is a personal thing, and see what you like. I say ending. It's simply to hold them in your hand, and to keep moving them up, and pump them out till you get to a helicopter position. Push back and forth. Now remember the motion is still the same. If you're in this position, it's up and down. Now if you were laying down, it would be forward and back. Okay? So when you come up to your eye level, start pushing forward and back. Above the head. Forward and back. That's right. Hold your hands up. Hold it up. Hold your head up. There, that's it. There we go. Hold it up. I'm in the right hand. If you're left-handed, you may want to go left, but I'm right-handed now. And you push it up, and on a count of 4, go 1, 2, 3, 4, push out, in, and stop. Okay? Push them out. Now, for those of you who already do this, one of the actions that you can combine, and those of you who are still learning, we're moving now, I know we're moving kind of fast, but that's okay. This is a motion that has become very popular now, and that's the hitting your back. It's a good way to stretch your back while you're dancing. Okay? And all it is forward and back. Now, take the poi ball. I know you say, well, I'll never get there. And remember we did this one? Cross. Okay? Now, all we do is put them into our pinky finger, hold them together, and push it forward. Head for your butt line. Here, this area. Okay? Head for the butt line. And what you do is you sort of just aim it so that it hits the small of your back, right here. Okay? If you're going too far across, it means you're going to, if your point was maybe longer. Alright? There you go. There you go. If you just go this way, you want to put them into one hand. See? Push. It's push and pull. I mean push rather. Hopping in and out. There you go. Yeah. Now some of you have, to me, have extremely long voice. But you are used to using whatever length. The most preferred length that I tell people is the length of your arm. But there are many of you who have longer than that. You have nearly to the next arm. And if you're used to using it, go ahead with it because you can control it. That's the one you're used to using. Alright? But if you do, and on an action like this, you have to be careful that you don't wind yourself up. Because if they cross at the back like this, they hook. Alright, so what you want to do is when you push out, you hold them out here and you push them and they just hit the edge of your shoulders. Okay, that's it. Use your full arm. There we go. That's a good example up here on stage with the longer chord. Okay, so push here and then you can push and pull. That's it. Push and pull. Now, you ladies that have got this one, you count. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Because you can get into routine where you simply come from top, shoulders, and forward. Okay? And all you do when you go forward, it's no biggie, you just simply put your hand down and let them rotate. Your hand doesn't do anything. Just put your hand down and it'll rotate around. That's it, see? Okay? Alright. We'll get through here. Come on now. Don't give up on me. Okay? Putting them together. We put them together, one hand above the other, into our pinky fingers, popping up and down. And we're going to head down to the top of our head, pushing out, forward and back. Forward and back. There we go. Hold your head up, see in the blue. Hold your head up. Hold your head up. Now I will caution you at this point, when you're dancing, your ultimate game right now, for most of you, is to be able to do 4. Do it each hand. So do not get into the habit when you have 2 in one hand if you're going like this. Because when you have 4, you've got 2 more coming up. You've got to move it over. Keep it on the right to the right and the left to the left, okay? Because sometimes you can form a habit that's so hard to break that when you do 4, there's no room for the other 2, so you're like this. So move your hand out now at the beginning, push it up, and then as you go to the end, just push your hand straight up and let it wrap around you and come back in front. Okay? Alright, and for those of you who have got that one, simply combine the 2 and twist and drop, and then can come back up. You can drop it, you can come back up to you if you want to, or simply come back to your forward, 2, forward. Alright? Now, I have totally confused and frustrated you all the way. Let's review. From the beginning. Let's start off with this one. We won't have to worry about it anymore. Coming into us. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 1, 2, 3, I think I'll make it work, 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, cut it down to 2, 1, 2, change, 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 1, now alternate, up, and up, down, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, we'll stop. Okay, you can practice that one. Okay, in front, ready, skip rope, forward, forward, ready, and 1, 2, 3, cross, 1, 2, 3, cross, 1, 2, 3, cross, 1, 2, cross, 1, 2, 3, cross, 1, 2, 3, and then in front with our right hand first. 1, 2, 3, right, 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, right, bend your elbows, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, right, break it down to 2, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, left, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, left, 1, 2, right, 1, 2, left, 1, 2, right, break it down, alternating, right, left, right, left, right. That's it, keep your hands up, right, left, 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 swinging in front, 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 push and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, ready, begin. Push, pull, push and pull. Slide down the hand, slide it down the hand, slide it down the hand, slide down the hand, alternating, one on top of the other, slide it down, that's it, clear, slide it, push it, slide, slide, there we go, slide, slide, bend your elbows, slide, slide, forward, okay, now we've got it, ready, skip motion, dancing on the side, we're going to alternate like a windmill, remember, when you cross over, you go immediately under, ready, pass, cross over, stay under, 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, cross, 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 over and under and over, that's it, push it straight under, over, straight under, over, straight under, over, under, over, straight under, over, under, over, straight under, then 2, 3, 4, ready, then 2, come together, one hand, ready, give it to the count of 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, 4, end it, and up, 2, 3, 4, ending, push, push, get them guys, push, push, tahiru toruba, tuyowehi. There you go, aim for you, aim for the center. Okay, to end it, you aim, your hand comes to you. Go for the middle of your bust line, okay? Head for the center. All right. Now I'm going to take a short break soon. Before I do, and I'll give you all an option now. I want you to start out now. So wherever you are, you're going to go around standing like that. If you have a short poi, get it now. If you don't, take this long one, wrap it around your hand, until it measures at least halfway from your elbow to your wrist. If it comes about halfway, that's a decent sized leg. The traditional short poi in motion, the single especially, is a 3/4 leg. It's from the palm of your hand to your elbow. But for most of you, this leg here is very hard to control. So for today, from the center, the palm of your hand, and halfway up between the wrist and the elbow. Okay? And that's about the length that we need. All right, so wrap it up there. I'm going to teach you just straight off, and after this we're going to take a little water break here, and then we'll come back. I want you to catch it first of all. If you're right-handed, we're going to throw it out to the right and catch. Catch. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Now hold it straight out in front of you, butt level. Right? Ready, and 1, 2, 3, and stop. Now one of the key things is you don't move your left hand. Don't let the left hand look for the poi ball. Don't go like this. Okay? The right hand will bring it to it. All right? Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Now you're going to catch it in a cup motion. Some of you are going like this. Like this. All right? That's fine for now, but limber up. Just loosen up a bit. Probably a little bit too stiff. Just relax a bit. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Stop. Now can you hear the sound? You're catching the ball and off the string. Hopefully. And so there should be a sound. Ready, pass. Sahi, ua, toru, pass. All right, now we've got the beat. Hammer time. No. Hey, we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Throw it out to the side. Opo tangiana tamatite kaima na wahome hitiki yake kite kaua. Eyamai te pakakeki sara ewai. See? All right? Now that, as long as you can catch it, we're fine. All right. This motion now, I want you to let it hit your shoulder, come back down, and it's going to hit underneath the palm of your hand. Your hand should stay in this position. This is the one that everybody in the Indiana Last Workshop, summer workshop I should say, the Hawaii workshop in summer, this is the one that they should know when I get up there next week. All right? Shoulder, hit. And it hits the palm of the hand underneath. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and stop. All right. Now, we're going to add this. The palm of the hand is down. And then we're going to turn it over to you and out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. The palm that you have down, which will be your left hand, is down, face you, and back down. Face you, down. So shoulder, palm, 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 shoulder. Palm, 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 shoulder. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It'll hit the ball back into the way it has to spring. See? Okay, ready? I'm going to really frustrate you all today. Finally, you're going to go home and go. Okay, ready? And. Pa, pa, pa. Pa, pa, pa. Pa, pa, pa. Keep your hand face position. So, your left hand. 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Don't be afraid to hit it, so you get the sound. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you know what's happened? I can see you go from here to here, and then when you come back, you want to hit it this way. You don't need to. The ball rotates it to you on this side, okay, and then you hit it out, it comes under, and back onto the shoulder. All right? Let's try it once more before we take a break. Ready? And 1, 2, tap, tap, shoulder, tap, 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 shoulder, tap, 2, tap, shoulder, tap, 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 shoulder, tap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. When you have a motion like that, and if we finish, we usually catch on the in. Bring the ball back to you. Catch. Okay? So when you finish like bounce, 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 catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. You want to end. Okay? Ready? And. Let's just do it ending. Ready? Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. Yeah. Tap, 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 and catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. Okay, wrap right and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. Okay, good. Pick it up again, because now we should. This is the beat. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, hear the sound. Stop, 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 catch, catch. Slowly, and stop, 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 catch, catch. Shoulder, 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 catch, catch, shoulder, 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 catch, catch, shoulder, 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 catch, it. 1, 2, 3, catch, catch, shoulder, 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 catch, faster, oh, stop, 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 catch, catch. Oh, way up, oh, way up, okay, got the idea? And then the koi ball starts coming to breathe. Okay, I want you to take a break. Those of you, especially up nearer me, and I'm not familiar with this, I can go over with you now, even do the break on a one-on-one, okay? So you get to me to take a water break. The closest you'll ever come to the Maori warm-up that I'm trying to pull you. What I'd like for you to do is to combine the 2 outside rows come together, these 2 rows come together, these 2 and those 2 or 3 come together. Make one long line here. Okay, got the idea? And then the koi ball starts coming to breathe. Okay, I want you to take a break. Those of you, especially up nearer me, and I'm not familiar with this, I can go over with you now, even do the break on a one-on-one, okay? So you get to me to take a water break. The closest you'll ever come to the Maori warm-up that I'm trying to pull you. What I'd like for you to do is to combine the 2 outside rows come together, these 2 rows come together, these 2 and those 2 or 3 come come together. Make one long line here, come together, right behind each other, okay? And I don't think we would be basically telling that, but much of what you see in the stylized form of modern dancing nowadays has come from this individual. We wrote a song that I like to term now, as these workshops are going all over the place, as our theme song. We use it, and the song is called Serena. It's a song that was written by him for his grandniece. Now, many of the Polynesians all know, should know, and many of you others will know, that in our families, the children and the older, our grandparents, those are the ones we really take care of, the little ones and then the older ones. The ones of us in between, well, we should be able to take care of themselves, basically. However, it's the generation that has to leave us and the generation to come that's going about. And this song is written to this newborn child, telling her that she has a special name. Her name is Serena. 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 It's a song that when he finally got it out on a recording, it made a hit throughout New Zealand, so that everybody that the country knows the song. They sing it, and many people down it. Now, fortunately for me, I was directly under Uncle Tommy, and I attribute much of my knowledge to him, because he's a very creative man, and so he can go leaps and bounds with his dance, and he's very proud. If ever he comes around and sing that song, it's like he's just elevated his yay vision, and he's just a very sweet individual. But this song, again, was written for his granny that said, Serena, this is your name, my sweetheart. Grow tall, grow beautiful, but never stray along like any highway, because you are as precious to me as a feather. Now, I know many of you in your dancing dress and wear a headband and put a feather near here, and I bet you never even knew why you put the feather near, because every other marriage we've had a feather near here, so I suppose they put a feather near here. I have also visioned, and been in Hawaii with all the many groups, that everybody, when they do marry, they braid their hair on one side. And I've always thought, where did we get that from? You know, it's because you've seen groups, and every time they come out for marriage, they braid their hair. For us to have long hair and to keep long hair, we wear it out. And I think for most Polynesians, and I can stand to be corrected, that's the most respected form of wearing your hair out. That's the beauty, yeah, the crown of your own vision. So, generally speaking, we don't braid the hair, but for show, yes, that's good, and it actually sets us apart from the other cultural groups when we braid it, everybody braids it, but generally speaking, for the other groups, we wear it out. So Mary makes it a little different. It doesn't look nice and tidy, and I commend those of you who do it. But we take the feather in our hair. Now, there's a bird that we take the feathers from it, and you probably draw it in comparison to like an albatross. And we take this, don't put a feather, they place it in the hair because you don't often get that feather, and it's a rare feather. And if you were to look at Maori artifacts, one of the things that we kept, like a jewel box, is the feather box. And they're long, and they're quite narrow, and they were carved intricately, and we kept our feathers. Okay? And then the feathers of birds like the kuya, the tooth, which has sometimes a very deep emerald green in it, touch tone. Some of the tui feathers are black and a white tip on the end. And sometimes you see men who dance and they'll have a black feather with a white tip, and that's where they come from. Our native birds, they're rare. They're not to sing, but they're rare. And they take these feathers and they put them in their boxes and they put them in their hair. And so for the woman, that's the feather. When we wear the feather. Symbolic to some of the American Indian tribes. Because they wear their rare feathers in their hair.
So that's what this song is talking about. Grow tall, never stay long enough. You are as precious to me as this feather that we should wear around here. And it's your love that adds to our family tree. Okay? That's the general message of the song. And we will learn the motions and then we'll put it together. Okay? I will tell you now, it's a slow song. And as we begin, in case you've been doing this, I'll let you know another pet peeve of mine. When you dance slowly, you don't have to sound like a bunch of Indians. Yeah. I've seen so many times. And I think, I'm going to have a fit or something. Okay. We say things like, oh, but there are times and spaces that you do it in. Okay? So in other words, if I had this whole front row here dancing, and we got to a certain part, I don't expect them all to do the same thing at the same time, or just go, oh, or whatever it is. And I think you make those sounds because you've heard it done before. So here I am to try and correct you if you're doing it, and I'm not belittling you, and I appreciate anything that you've done so far. But if you can make little changes like this, you'll see where I'm coming from. Okay? Any kind of dancing, I don't care what you dance, whether it's jazz, anything else. If it doesn't come from here, it ain't going to go anywhere else. I don't care how good you think you are, you must love it. Love it, and it'll just show, and it'll just go all over. So can we start the song, I want you to build this feeling, and then it'll come out in the dance. You know this here, the witty, the more nervous you are, the better they shake. But generally speaking, the Māoris will say, a witty will come to you naturally. And I have seen it, and I have actually done it, I've been able to participate in it, when we've had people come, and they stand, they don't have to say anything, and we don't actually get to see, you can just feel their hands shaking. And you just don't have any control, they'll just shake. And if it's anything Māori, they'll just move, there's nothing really, it's this sticky feeling or inside. And so don't be afraid that they shake up, go, oh, I've finally got it. And it'll get, the better the feelings come, the more they'll shake, sort of thing. If they don't shake, no, I shouldn't have any feeling, no, that's not right. But you'll know when it happens. I promise you'll know when it happens. I can't tell you when, I can't promise you, but you'll know. And you'll think that should happen. This part here, for the woman, is one of the most beautiful parts of the body. And the other beautiful and sacred part is this section here. And we all was here, and I went down here, automatically I go, and I was here, and I go, oh my, and I do that. Entirely different, but still culture. Okay? So in other words, we don't want someone going, oh, we're all the way through the song, which is very long. But that's something, it's called a pūtana. Ladies, you never, ever poke your tongue out when you're dancing. I have seen groups out away, and I just feel like I go, whack. But you never dance and go, like this. Let me tell you now, the protrusion of the tongue is only done by the men. And it's only done in a haka, in a man's dance. And I'll tell you why. Because it was used to intimidate and to provoke their opponent into fighting. Just like when children go, nah, and then the other one goes, wham, that's exactly the same thing. And it's supposed to have that psychological effect. So ladies, we don't want to have anybody slapping us. We want them to look at us. Okay? So we never ever poke our tongue out. Not when you're dancing married. Oh, if I see that and I know it's you, I'll go, oh, I'll kill you something. But you never poke your tongue out. It's only for the men. And let me take you back again. The protrusion of the tongue you will often see in our town figures. We go into a meeting house, you pick up a Maori town figure, it has a protrusion of the tongue. On that, it signifies wisdom and knowledge. Dark, it signifies man's intimidation to his opponent. Okay? So there's two symbolic meanings, and it's two. One is for the carving, one is for the garden. But ladies never of red colour. Or at all. Okay? Not ladies, that's not proper. But we don't do that. Okay, we're going to start now with Terina. The motion, where our hand action, okay, we're going to hit. Terina, 2, 3, 4, okay? Now let's just work on our hand motions, and as our feet move along, that'll be fine. Ready? We stay here, and the introduction is Terina, Homare, Toru, Pa, Terina. And then we're going to circle, always, Terina. And come down by your body, okay? Alright, it's just 2 here. Always Terina. And we follow our right hand now. Okay, keep your fingers together now. This one, hand facing inward. Let's pick up from the first line, ready? And Terina. Always Terina. Alright, let's try again. Toru, Pa, Terina. Always Terina. This is your name, sweetheart. Now grow tall. Tipuhere. Okay, we're going to step forward. Okay, I'll come along each section. Okay. Tipu and sit down. That's it. Down and grow tall. Alright? So it's down to Terina. Again. Tipu Terina. Alright. Now, hold your hand straight out and eye level so that you can see the tops of your fingernails. Okay, ready? And Tipu Terina. From the beginning, hope, Toru, Pa, Terina. Always Terina. Tipu Terina. Now, koa mulike. Grab, take your foot and come under the left and under the right and out from right to left. I'll repeat. Ready? Tipu Terina. Koa, koa mulike. Alright, we come from growing tall. Okay, go straight along like many highways. Now let's grab 1, 2, and open. Ready? Let me see if I can do it from this side. Tipu Terina. Alright, now this is where we can keep the palms coming inward. That's it. Ready? Tipu Terina. Three all the way on an angle. Okay, out here on an angle. Not side, angle. Alright? Tipu, ready, and Tipu Terina. Koa mulike. 2, 3, 4. From the beginning, hope, Toru, Pa, Terina. Always Terina. Always Terina. Tipu Terina. Koa mulike. Now, put you up. O fuera, and you just point, okay? With your right hand. It's clap, fuera. All right. When we dance a song, I'll interject here. This is a good time if you ever have a child in an audience, you dance this for family, you pick a time and dance to it. Okay? Say, you are, go fuera, you're so special. Okay? Ready and go fuera, takune, two claps. Okay? Takune, and then you bring your hand up to your head, and this is your feather. Step back, forward, back, together. Okay? Let's start it from the point. O fuera, takune raukura. That's it. From the point, go. O fuera, forward, takune raukura. Again, point, ready, and. O fuera, takune raukura. By your head, not by your ear, on your head. You wear the feather in your hair. That's it. And if you put your hand up, it'll look like a feather. That's it. From the head, okay? Now, you may see people dancing it like this, for fuera. But always remember that the translation is the feather. Okay? You are so special, just like the feather that our people once wore, or wear in their hair. Okay? From here and o fuera, takune raukura. Now, from here, you're gonna slightly bend, okay? Raukura, and then you bend. Mahatu aroha, aroha. Aroha is what? Love, here. So this is the best place to put it, right? Okay. So it's Mahatu aroha teroha. That's it. Okay, so it's, and when I say step out, you're not really stepping, you're just bending your knees. See? You Pura Mahatu aroha teroha. It's 1, 2, and down. Okay, let's try it from here. Ready, moving, just bending forward and Mahatu aroha. Aroha. You have to put some feeling in there. It's like, you my love. Here, Mahatu aroha. Feeling I have for you. Okay, ready and Mahatu aroha teroha. And then we repeat. Alright? Let's try it from pointing. You are so special, just like the feathers and the love that the new leaf to our family tree. Ready and o fuera, takune raukura. Mahatu aroha teroha, Putitapae, terina, aue terina. Tihi puere grow tall, terina, don't stress, oh wahuri. You are so special. Oh, fuera, just like the feather, takune raukura. Mahatu aroha teroha, putitapae. Now to end it, it's simply terina. Terina, Terina, and then you put your hands on your hips. Terina. 4. And then you stop, and it's you just put 4 and 10. Open. La. Back on the left. And just put your head down in front of you. Okay? And it's a ooh, and everybody will know ooh, and we can all sing at a band. Okay? But that's the ending. Serena, Hoppe, Serena, and it's step 4. Okay? You step 4. Serena, and 1. Forward, back, together, and sit down, push, open, 2, 3, 4, back, 2. All right, let's try it all together before we put the music on. Stop it. Serena, Serena, pomare. Shibata. Serena, oh, you understand. Always. Always Serena. Hikato Serena. Kowa uri hei. You are so special. Oh, Quera, like the feather stuffing, so kura. L. Mahaswaro hatero ta, utita pare. And we repeat the song. Serena, always Serena. Let's go name I sing that. Each way, so tall and beautiful. Oh wow, we hey. Never stray along life's mini highway. Oh, Quera, because you are so special. Taminero Kura. Mahaswaro, Atero Ta, Susita Pae. Serena, Hoppe, Serena, and Serena. That's it. Okay. It's a real pretty song. If you have words on the second time around, you can translate. Use the translation of the action. Yeah, and it's slow enough, and it has a translation that will fit just about every movement, and you can just... Oh, it's slow, yeah. All right. Sorry, everybody. Hello, everybody. start straight off. Okay? So when that you have Timata means to begin. Timata. T-I-M-A-T-A. Timata. So if anybody leaves, and Timata means you can begin either. Winafua is hand. W-H-I-U-A. Fua. But if you wanted to say Timata on this song with this recording, I would suggest you just mark time with your foot. Timata. And then if you pick up the timing, Toru, Fa. Okay? Take 2 beats, 3, 4, and then you begin. But it's best, I think, if you get the timing first of the intro, you hear da 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 da, Toru, Fa. And we go straight into it. Okay? Can we do it once more and I will watch you now? Okay. Just pretend you're dancing to your daughter or to your granddaughter. The real nice one. But you can sing sometimes, and I won't embarrass you all, or anybody. But there are times that I have done this song and just have cried all the way through. There are times I've laughed all the way through. There's times each setting is different. But this is one song that can pull over here many times. And depends again where you are, how you're feeling, it's tough. And I notice some of you men have really taken now, getting in there. And this is the kind of song that can protect that kind of movement for you. Okay? So, open. 5. What's that 5? 20 after 6. Right. Right above the left. Right above the left. Yes, right above the left heart, right above the left ending. Okay? And on the end, it's only got 2 beats. Count 2 beats. And back. I'd have you do 4, but it's 2. Cut it in half, okay? Make that adjustment. Alright? This song doesn't have much in the way of foot movement other than moving up and down and just a real nice pace. But you know, when you get to words like Kokwera, well, if you had someone out there to point to, it makes a difference. To dance it as a group, because if you ever dance it, even if there's no children, just look at somebody rather than something. Because the song is about a person. Okay? So rather than say it's out there, if you, again, if you have an audience, dance to that person. Just focus on an individual and dance to them, and you'll just see them just like, oh, they're dancing to me, sort of thing, you know. And it makes them become involved with you, and I promise you'll dance a whole lot better than dancing to the flower pot or sitting on something, a palm tree or something, you know. Because, and they will focus on you and you will focus on them. So if there's only 3 individuals, the whole front row for them, we don't know. But it makes the dance more meaningful, and you, you project a lot more. And on an action like and sometimes you can, in this particular song, you don't sing kind of that. But Mātua Aroha, that's when you say, all this love, and you have to use here. Just like in hula, the distinction between basically Owana and Kahiko is Owana, if you don't use here, you might not put it dancing. So that they can, you tell it, it has to live. And so Mātua Aroha, soon as you hear of this feather, this love we are waiting, you have been born, you've come into our lives, you're going to be part of us now. We've been waiting so long, and you're finally here, and now we have you. Now we have you as our family. Well, that's what I say. This one here represents the tree, the family tree. But it's just love. And so when we do that Mātua Aroha, that's why I have you tip. Because basically you don't normally are very rigid and robot. I am not. You know, so Mātua Aroha. And if there's one thing I can ask you, so if you ever dance, and I would say most colonies dance with counting. I've repeated again, try not to dance by counting. Don't go 1, 2. You know what I mean? Because you can see it. Even if you're not counting aloud, it's just 10, 4, you know. So like you did right now, it's just beautiful, like you know, chicken skin. But in an action like Mātua Aroha, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can be quite low. I do personally as a dancer. It's basic to me, it's an old style of perform, but I do Mātua Aroha, and you have to use here because you never express a feeling of affection without using here. There's no way you can tell me I love you and go like this without the eyes doing anything. The eyes, if you grab a cat, a teddy bear or anything, or a hump or a guy or something, you know, it's here. The whole face lights up, you know. And so when you do an action like Mātua Aroha, you have to open up. It's out. Mātua Aroha, te rahota, uti tapai. With fighting, you're finally with one. All right, for the final time with all those little details, follow your hands, we'll do it through, and then we'll take one more review, and then we'll take a break for lunch. And when we come back after lunch, we will start at the beginning and go all the way through again. Okay? And it is super, super good. Do you have Kanamatai on there? Or maybe I put it all on the one tape. Okay, if you do, then we'll start to set up the same today. More upbeat one. Okay? Alright, come on. And this is just a background to all of this. Feeling and then all the way through. And that's a word you can say. And it's a very simple melody. One of the things that we have noticed over the years, and I'm the first to admit, I don't go back all the time to New Zealand. I will be going at Christmas time this year. But in fact, Cheryl was back in the festival, and our festival was February competition there. And culturally, things are just on the move. We have all kinds. I know on whenever the 7th is, if it hasn't passed already, no, the 7th, we're having a big cultural night. And a young lady who was dancing in Sydney, Australia, and they went to the competition and came second or third, or maybe even fifth. I can't remember, in the top 3 of the 3/4 length boys. And she has been working for 3 solid months teaching the kids to swing those things. And they have some real tricky little movements. And the lady and I that are in the village, we've been watching our young girls practicing, and you know how we are, some of us older ones. We look and they come up with movements like, and we're going, wow, you know, because they're taking back there. We're moving with the times, and that doesn't mean to say, because with us, it's like any other thing I've been told, you know, I know Pete says it all the time. There's really no right and no wrong. But when you do things like the welcome, there's a set protocol for that. When you do things like traditional haka, there are times for those kind of things that there are places where they sort of fit in. But when you're doing toys and action songs, oftentimes it's left up to the creativity of the teacher or the instructor. So you can go exotic, I guess, if you like. But if you get a good translation of the song itself, an idea of it, then you can, that's when you start to feel it come. And you'll know if there's too many flashy movements. And I'll be the first to tell you that throughout, especially in Hawaii, they're coming up with all kinds of things. And we mentioned to some people like that, flying out of the ceiling and they're coming all. And we went to the show that Cheryl put me to. Thanks to them, I would have never seen it. I'll never go again, but anyway. It's different. And again, I am broad-minded. I'll tell you, I'm broad-minded. Because there are shows and there are shows and there is culture. And oftentimes that's where you break the difference here. You can put on, and I don't care what kind of show. It would be terrible to see you doing something that's real pizzazz. There's got a lot of these pizzazz quotes, and to do something like that is so totally traditional culture that it doesn't fit, but you upgrade it. I'll tell you now, I consider myself, and I'm not afraid to say it, but I can handle 4 boys with firearms. No problem, right? With those things, and people say, but that's not about it. I feel like, oh, that's a volcano, but we did, and in fact, the lady that's assistant in our Māori village was the one who put it first on stage at the Polynesian Conference, and it's gone all over the place. And people think because we put them on at the cultural centre that it's authentically correct. But it was something that we did different. And now we see it all the time. And so, yeah, go and try it. Make fire for it. And think. But you see, we did it because at a time when we did it, we were talking about things that were natural about and so everybody had fire, you know, like someone was a fire lifeguard. And then all of a sudden the marriage come out and it's going to be things that are fire on them. And to get around that, we do have volcanoes in New Zealand. And some have erupted. And so, and there's some that are still going, but people just don't notice that they're there. And so you can use in your little description, so to get around it. And then, so what do people say when they see us with the black light? And the little foibles, the fluorescent foibles flicking around there? You know how we get around that one? Then why are you doing it? In New Zealand, we have a place called Waitonga. And if you go down into the cave, there are all these little glowworms. And that's where Uncle Tommy got the idea for the fluorescent light toy. Because the glowworms, if you make a sound, they'll go out. Make noise, they'll go out. So you have to sit on a little boat that takes you these little cords that fall up on the ceiling with these little worms, the little tails shine. So that's what that area is known for. The glowworm cave, just like cave and all that. So see, now you can say, it's a glowworm. But we just don't use the song, shine little glowworm. But you can, you see, that's what I'm saying. You can modernize it, you can put it on and do little routines, and that's how a lot of things have changed. So again, the field is open, your creativity is there again, and as pizzazz as you like to be, as modern. There are many now who are going into stylized forms of dancing. We've seen it in hula, and you'll see it in Maori. But again, it's a personal preference as to how you want to choreograph it and put it into your show. But the things that don't particularly fit are things like protruding the tongue by the woman and going beep, 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 all the way through. Because I don't care what group or what, you always hear them in cages and go, whee, whee, right? You hear them make noises. And generally speaking, if you don't make a noise when you dance in Samoan, then something's wrong, right? So you associate those sounds with that cultural group. Now, if we were to do the same kind of sound, like whee, whee, in Hawaiian, how would I think Kowi feel? She'd just sit there and go, because that's not a sound that is associated to their form of dancing. So that's not a sound that's associated to Maori. It's a sound, however, that is associated to Maori when it's done on a sporadic thing. But not everybody has to go you sound like a bunch of millions of chickens running wild. Okay? You get the difference? Okay? The words are usually that we say is owe. Now, owe for the Polynesians is a real good word because it's owe. And what's it? Owe. It's just like aloha. You know, if we say aloha, it's fine. You can tell with how we feel by just saying one word, you know. A word that the Hawaiians have, no, it's not a word. Oh, that's the thing. It's not a word, but an expression is hui. Hui. You know, and it doesn't matter where you are. If you're in the middle of Disney World and someone goes, hui, you all look around. And then you know, you look. I've heard in Hawaii that there are places people like Hawaiians and Filipinos. And we know, those are sounds, we know who they belong to. So, oh, where are you? And so these are sounds and gestures that we are familiar with and you can relate to. And if you saw me way down the rather than yell out, say sha, 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 and all the other shas turn around. One quick way to get your family in there, whoo, and then you see. So that's what I'm saying. These are the sounds and things that are familiar and they belong to these groups. And they'll always be there. The same with things like the pukana, owe, and pu. Now, while we're resting, if you put your hands up in the air like this, here is the place. You do a song, and it's a more rhythmic song. Harema, oh, Semanu, Si Harema. And you use your eyes up here, the head, the eyes. Okay? The other place is always with a hand in the air. The reason for drawing your hand up here is to say, hey, look at me. That's what you actually say. I'm here. I've made a mistake. So watch me. Cover up. Okay? But the gesture is to draw attention to this area. Here. Okay? This area right here. So you have to lift the hand up. Very rarely or ever will you see, I'm sure I can say ever, will you see them go, oh wait, and go like this. Unless it is, the hand will be raised. One hand will come up. The other one, oh wait. Okay, like this, or here. And the head shakes. Now, I'm drawing comparisons now. If you were to dance Samoan and Tongan and don't move your head, then something's wrong. But you know, you never all learn a movement and then it goes. Unless the movement calls for and everybody moves, right? But as they dance, they just move and whatever. So in other words, we don't say, okay, everybody's going to move now, move again, and move. You've all been going like this. It's a thing that's going to come with it. The same with the pukana. Here and always. And move your eyes in your head. Hands up, full. But never in front of. Okay? Never cover your face. Whether you dance action song, hands, unless you're talking about Roy Mata. What did you think Roy Mata would be? That's right, the tears. And even then, Roy Mata you bring down from your eyes. Here and down. Okay? You never cover the face with cover. You twirl a poi ball, it's always out or out here. Okay? Keep the face clear all the time. Now for some of you it's going to be hard doing a long foot. So you just go like this, just try to get them to go for one thing. But I promise you, once you get them going, lower your head, keep the bust, the hips, and your guide. Okay?